Want to know what Europe does for you? Welcome to the European Parliamentary Research Service podcast on the EU's digital transformation.
A digital revolution is transforming the world as we know it at unprecedented speed. This affects European businesses and citizens alike, and it brings both challenges and opportunities.
The EU has been actively supporting digital transformation in Europe, but what more could it do in the future? Stay with us.
Digital technologies have changed everything, from the way people connect and exchange information to the way businesses and public administrations operate and interact with consumers and citizens.
And no one can afford to stay behind, as it's a global revolution affecting all sectors, including transport, energy, telecoms, healthcare, you name it.
So adequate policy frameworks, skills and infrastructure are needed by both citizens and businesses to capture the enormous value created by the digital economy. And it's big.
According to the World Economic Forum, the combined global value of digital transformation will approach 88 trillion euros by 2025. In Europe, investments in ICT account for 50% of productivity growth, and there are currently more than 350,000 vacancies for technical experts in areas such as artificial intelligence, data analytics, and cybersecurity.
Digital transformation is also linked to greater efficiency, and 2/3 of Europeans believe that these technologies have a positive impact on society, the economy, and their own lives. However, they also bring new challenges. So most citizens would like the EU, national governments, and companies to address the impacts of these technologies. Now let's review some of the challenges.
One of the challenges is the digitalisation of industry, which is proving to be particularly challenging for some traditional sectors like construction, agri-food and textiles, and for small companies.
Despite efforts and good progress, the digital single market is not yet a reality, and the digital gap between rural and urban areas remains far from closed.
The EU also lacks a digitally competent workforce and digital champions. Suffice to say that of the world's top 200 digital firms, only 8 are European. The EU also needs to boost its cybersecurity capabilities, invest more in areas such as artificial intelligence and the deployment of 5G, and build trust in this digital transformation.
So, what is the EU doing about it?
Well, first of all, it plays an active role in shaping the digital economy with initiatives that range from boosting investment to reforming EU laws and setting actions to improve member states' coordination and exchange of best practices.
Although at present there is no single programme dedicated to digital transformation, several budget lines are available to support it. And in the past 5 years, the EU has pushed through a number of initiatives in the areas of digitalisation of industry and public services, investment in digital infrastructure and services, research programmes, cybersecurity, e-commerce, copyright and data protection rules. Let's review them in more detail.
To support the digitalisation of European industry, the Commission pushed for a set of measures to better coordinate European, national and regional initiatives, and efforts have also been made to modernise digital public services.
In 2018, the EU also reviewed its electronic communications code in order to give citizens more rights and guarantee better and more affordable connectivity. And there's also a new broadband fund to develop digital network infrastructure in underserved areas. And that's not all.
With the net neutrality rules in force since 2016, every European has access to open internet, guaranteeing their freedom without discrimination when choosing content and services of their choice.
The EU has also passed new rules to better protect citizens and businesses from cyber attacks, to ensure the free flow of non-personal data, and to better protect people's personal data online.
It has also abolished roaming charges in Europe, as well as geo-blocking practices, although not for books, music or films protected under copyright, and there's more in the pipeline, such as new rules on copyright and on the confidentiality of electronic communications.
So a lot has been done in the past 5 years, but what more can we expect the EU to do in the future? Stay with us.
Well, fostering digital transformation is higher than ever on the EU's political agenda and has been identified by both Commission and the European Parliament as a priority for unlocking more growth. So the Parliament wants the future EU budget to better support digitalisation of European industry and the promotion of digital skills and entrepreneurship, especially women entrepreneurs.
So the plan is for the European Union to increase its support for digital transformation in the coming years. To do this, a Digital Europe programme covering the period 2021 to 2027 has been proposed. If it goes through, it will be the first ever funding programme dedicated solely to supporting digital transformation in the EU.
Policy-wise, more EU action will doubtless be needed, notably to increase infrastructure investment, boost innovation, foster digital champions and business digitalisation, reduce existing digital divides and remove remaining barriers in the digital single market.
The EU will also need to ensure an adequate legal and regulatory framework in the areas of advanced computing and data, artificial intelligence and cybersecurity.
And as co-legislator, the European Parliament will be closely involved in shaping the new environment that will help citizens and businesses reap the full benefits of this digital transformation.
You're listening to the European Parliamentary Research Service podcasts.